It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We are at United Center in the Windy City. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota begins the...
Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series? Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Knocked loose. Jeff T. Missed his first. That one goes.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Nice pass to get things going.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Wiggins. A bad pass, and the Bulls have it. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves. Nothing going here on that drive. And he finishes at the rim.
Just does everything so well. An all-around, very good player. Offensively can knock down that shot, but better known for being a 3-and-D type wing who's a lockdown defender.
Oh, he had him there for a second. To Rivers. Levine. Shot won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
And scores.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Teague with the basketball. Leads 3 to Towns. Teague to Gibson. The Wolves down to 4 on the shot clock. The shot almost.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Fires the 3. Not that time. He misses. To Towns. 4-3. No, it's Karl Anthony Towns. Not too much more the defense could have done. Hits a contested 3.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. This will stay with the Bulls. Austin Rivers. No, that's rejected by Towns.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
The jumper's off the mark. Teague to Towns. Oh, he had it. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I can see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand Check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
And he's going to the line to shoot two.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Karl Anthony Towns. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. 2 for 2 on that trip. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
He shoots, off the mark.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Levine. Screen coming. Terrific vision. Jumper's good.
That's what you like. That rip through right into the shot. That's smooth.
Have to respect all elements of his game. Teague with it up top. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Teague to Wiggins. Down low for Gibson.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Calls out of bounds off of Andrew Wiggins. It's Chicago ball. Rivers has it against the former #1 pick. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
To Lopez. Here comes the screen. Lopez to Zach LaVine. Trying to cash in, add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Teague with the basketball. Down just a couple. To Taj Gibson. Wiggins. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. To LaVine. From long range. Zach LaVine forcing that one there. Well defended. To Teague. Jeff Teague. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
To Rivers. To Lopez. LaVine. Chicago with 4 to shoot. To Rivers. Fires the 3. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Teague with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound for Towns. To Teague. To Wiggins. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And every time I think about Andrew Wiggins, I wonder, can that beast mentality be taught? or is that something that's innately in you? That's always going to be the question looming around.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Into the game for Chicago, number 32, Chris Dunn. Entering the game for the Timberwolves, number 33.
To Covington. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Chicago with the possession. To Chris Dunn. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Jones with it. His team up by 7. Parker. To Chris Dunn. Steps through and scores.
Chris Dunn's game got better in year 2, going up almost 10 points. But there was a lot of controversy surrounding him going into the offseason, really questioning whether he was willing to put in the time and effort in the gym.
Rose gets it in the left corner. To Rose. Shot from the lane won't go. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Jones with it. Up by 3. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the mark. No good. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't get the bounce. Gets it at the top of the key. Fires the 3. Rose grabs the rebound. Gets to the basket and scores.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Screen coming. Done. Deep right corner. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw good as he finishes off the 3-point play. They're back within a bucket. Timberwolves have the basketball.
Watch that cut.
Rose. Sizing up the defense. To Rose. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Carter with the rejection. 24-second violation. Knocked loose. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Dario Saric. It'll stay with Chicago. Carter. To Chris Dunn. He connects with the step back.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Minnesota with the basketball. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
A lot of contact, no whistle.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
charge with the board. Jones with it. 2-point advantage. Down low for Jay. Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. And he makes them both. T-Wolves with the basketball. Screen coming. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Wendell Carter. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust to Chris Dunn. Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
And he hits. Jones with it. Down by 1. From the outside, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Parker. 4-3. No good. Rose into the front court. His team up by 1. Send it away.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Stepping in, number 24, Laurie Markkanen.
To Teague. Covington. And scores. Strong take.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Here's a chance from long range. Can't connect. Bulls have it. And stuffs it home.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
And the basket good at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Parker. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Did enough to bother Jabari Parker. Shot off the mark. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Screen coming. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Jeff T. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Parker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Count it. Old-fashioned 3-point play. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. T to Towns. Takes stock of the floor. Towns. The Bulls clear the rebound. Jay simply put, the Bulls rolling the medical dice. Not just Jabari Parker, but also on Zach LaVine.
There's no doubt that both those kids have the talent, but do they have the durability to maintain themselves the entire season? If they both can maintain their health, they have a chance to be all-stars, and this team has a chance to be one of the top-tier teams in the East.
T to Towns. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
The free throw, good. Caps off the 3-point play. The lead is 4. Now whistle, as Minnesota's going to take the timeout, as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Stepping in for the Bulls, number 30.
Rose had made his first couple, but he misses there. Chicago basketball. To Chris Dunn. It goes down.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Rose into the front court. Down 6. To Wiggins.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
5 to shoot for Minnesota. Wiggins to Rose. Derrick Rose. 3 for 6 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Zach LaVine. From long range, and Zach LaVine wide open, knocks down the 3.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Rose. To Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, now 3 for 9.
Old school equals high percentage.
Get down. Half court. Here come. Here we go. I got him.
Has a chance. Dunn shot that misses. That's it for the first half. The Bulls have the lead.
The Bulls are in a... Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Out of bounds.
Substitutions, Chicago. Substitutions, Minnesota.
Rivers into the front court. His guys leave here early stages, third quarter. Levine. To Rivers. Fires the three. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. It's Minnesota basketball. Covington to Gibson. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
To Rivers. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
For three. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Rose into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw good to cap off the three-point play. That cuts it to a 7-point game. To Levine.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
A two-time dunk champion, I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Covington. To Taj Gibson. Short jumper misses. He throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Rose. Covington. Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Lopez. Over to the right side. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Drills the three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Rose into the front court. Trailing by 14. Nothing going here on that drive. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Derrick Rose, a couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Lopez. Robin Lopez. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Beyond the arc for three. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. To Rivers. Fires the three.
Number 25, Derrick Rose. That's his second.
Austin Rivers. He's going to get 3 shots here. Career mark of 64%. Knocks down the first. Second and 3 is good. Almost settles for a 2-of-3 trip.
Sure you want to do this? Sure.
To Rose. Derrick Rose. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Minnesota at the controls. Derrick Rose, guarded by the former Dookie. Probing the defense. Won't go. To Zach LaVine. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. Short.
I got it.
Rose into the front court. Down a bundle. Here's a chance from long range. The rebound cleared by the Bulls. To Rivers. Oh, had him going there for a second. Has a look. Shot no good there by Portis. Covington knocked loose. Bulls come away with it. To LaVine. Zach LaVine. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Good for 3.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Rose into the front court. His guys down big.
Give me the rock.
To Covington from long range. Rebound taken by Portis. Fires the 3. Off the mark. Rose into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Not that time. Off the assist.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. Covington to Gibson. Taj Gibson. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Rivers. Lets it fly from long range and drains it.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
Timberwolves have the basketball. To Covington. Rook won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
To Rivers. Add 2 points to the board.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Tough shot. Hand in his face. LaVine knocks down the 3.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
And he buries it.
And he is just turning up here in the second half. In the first, he didn't seem that engaged. Now, he seems hungry.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Bulls with it. Rivers, guarded by Jeff Teague. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Levine. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And hits the first free throw. And he hits the second. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Teague picked up by Rivers. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
Bulls have it. To Rivers. No, I missed a short one there. Down low, Towns. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Down low for Gibson. Goes to the right side.
Right.
Teague to Wiggins. For 3. Rebound comes to Chicago. To Markkanen. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. Minnesota with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson above the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Rivers. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's what you like to see. Austin Rivers. Tough shot from downtown.
One of the best shake and bake players in the league. Austin Rivers, one of the most bona fide scorers in the game right now. Last year, the first time he was a full-time starter playing for his pops, Doc.
Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins. No one in the Canadians' postal code with the basket.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Teague with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Rose to Towns. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, Ed. That's 5 blocks tonight.
To Markkanen. Shot from the lane won't go. Teague with it up top. His guys can get a 2 for 1 if they time this out. Towns to Rose. Baseline drive. Rose on the drive, but it won't go down. To Wendell Carter. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. No time left on this quarter. It has been all Bulls. The Wolves with the basket. basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
The assist from number 25, Derrick Rose.
To Lopez. And the rebound brought down by Jeng. Teague to Wiggins. Can't connect. To Markkanen. To Rivers. Beyond the arc for three. And knocks it down.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Yes, Andrew Wiggins. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game and they get a really good lather.
Deep right corner. Fires the three. Oh, he's been on target from downtown, Jay. He's 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah, he's been able to knock down those shots by having great spacing on the floor. His teammates deserve the credit as much as he does.
Count it. And the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. To Markkanen. 4-3. This young man with a great stroke, even when it's well defended.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
To Teague. Oh, nice find for the basket.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Hey, match up, match up, match up.
To Markkanen. Here's a chance from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
T to Wiggins.
Screen left coming, screen left coming, screen left.
Slam down. Karl Anthony Towns on the follow.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Let's go, pick him up, pick him up.
Going to launch beyond the arc, and the rebound gathered in by Towns.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Everybody pick up, D up, D up. I like this double team.
Got it.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
To Lopez from long range. Not a good shot there as he misses it. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Wow, that was vicious. Slams it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
To Markkanen. Lets it fly from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Teague. Great look and vision. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Andrew Wiggins trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And he missed the...
We know what's coming. Go get it.
Substitutions, Chicago. Subbing in.
Teague matched up with Rivers.
Number 36, Dario Saric.
In the stance, you're coming from the stance.
For 3. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
From the painted area, won't go down. Knocked loose. Bulls have it. Zach LaVine doing what he does best.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
To Rose. It's a big finish.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
I got this play on. Let's go. Block up. Here you come.
Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Bulls come away with it. Austin Rivers. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
To Rivers. Beyond the arc for 3. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
T-Wolves with the basketball. T picked up by Rivers. To Towns. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Teague with the basketball. Down a bundle to Towns. He's denied.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Bulls with the basketball. To Zach LaVine. Fires the three, and Zach LaVine. Tough make that time, but you can't fault the defender as he hits the three.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Slams it down, and boy, that was a lot to navigate. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Teague with it up top. His guys down big, and they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Teague to Rose. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Four, 3. Won't go down. Teague with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Teague. Deep left corner. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Rivers. Going to launch beyond the arc. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. They love this hustle. That one's going to be out of bounds. Teague matched up with Rivers. To Towns, down low. Can't connect from inside. From long range. And it's Minnesota's rebound. Towns, defended by Rivers. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. The follow won't go either. Deep three at the buzzer. The Bulls take this one as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now.
The Bulls came away with the victory in this. And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.